In the heart of the mystical forest, where shadows dance and whispers linger, lies the tale of Morgana Ravenshade, a sorceress of unparalleled magical powers. Morgana navigates the enchanted woods with a grace that belies the challenges she faces. Her connection to the ancient energies that pulse through the forest is both a gift and a burden, shaping her destiny in ways she is only beginning to understand. Morgana's magical abilities are not just a tool for survival in the mystical forest, they are a reflection of her very essence. As she weaves spells and charms with a flick of her wrist, the forest itself seems to respond to her call, bending to her will in a dance of light and shadow. But with great power comes great danger, and lurking in the depths of the forest is a malevolent force known only as the Bearded Skull. The Bearded Skull is a mysterious entity, its origins shrouded in darkness, and its intentions veiled in shadow. It poses a constant threat to Morgana, its presence a chilling reminder of the perils that lurk in the depths of the mystical forest. As the whispers of impending doom grow louder, the stage is set for a climactic battle that will test Morgana's strength and resolve to their limits. The consequences of defeat are dire, with the very balance of the mystical forest hanging in the balance. Will Morgana rise to the challenge and vanquish the darkness that threatens to consume her? Or will she succumb to the forces arrayed against her? Only time will tell as her mystical journey unfolds in a tapestry of magic and mystery. Step into the mystical forest, where ancient trees whisper secrets and shimmering lights dance among the shadows. Here, Morgana Ravenshade's magical abilities are put to the ultimate test as she navigates the treacherous terrain, her every step fraught with peril. The air is thick with the scent of moss and magic, a heady blend that both enchants and unsettles all who dare to tread its winding paths. The mystical forest is a place of beauty and danger in equal measure. Luminous flowers bloom in hues unseen in the mortal realm, their petals glowing with an otherworldly light, yet beneath their delicate facade lies a hidden threat, as thorns sharper than steel lie in wait to ensnare the unwary traveler. The very air crackles with energy, a palpable reminder of the raw power that courses through the heart of the forest. For Morgana, the challenges of the mystical forest are not just physical, but spiritual as well. Her own spells, once her greatest allies, are twisted and turned against her by the malevolent influence of the Bearded Skull. Each incantation she casts is met with a dark mirror of her own magic that threatens to overwhelm her with its malevolence. Yet amidst the dangers and trials that beset her, Morgana cannot help but be captivated by the atmosphere of magic and mystery that permeates the forest. Every rustle of leaves, every flicker of light, holds the promise of untold wonders and terrors. As she delves deeper into the heart of the enchanted woods, the true extent of her powers and the darkness that seeks to snuff them out become ever clearer, setting the stage for a confrontation that will shape the fate of the mystical forest itself. As the moon hangs low in the sky, casting a silvery glow over the mystical forest, Morgana Ravenshade stands face to face with her greatest adversary, the Bearded Skull. The air crackles with tension, a palpable sense of impending doom that hangs heavy in the stillness of the night. The stakes could not be higher, for the fate of the forest and all who dwell within it rests on the outcome of this fateful showdown. The conflict between Morgana and the Bearded Skull escalates with each passing moment, a symphony of magic and malice that reverberates through the very fabric of the forest. Spells clash and energies collide, each combatant pushing themselves to the brink in a battle of will and power. As Morgana's strength wanes and defeat looms on the horizon, the weight of the world seems to press down upon her shoulders, threatening to crush her beneath its burden. Yet in the midst of her struggle, a fire burns within Morgana's eyes, a fierce determination that refuses to be extinguished. Her inner turmoil is mirrored in the tumultuous conflict that surrounds her, a reflection of the darkness that threatens to consume her from within. With each passing moment, she draws upon reserves of strength she never knew she possessed, pushing herself beyond her limits in a desperate bid to overcome the malevolent force that seeks to destroy her. But despite her best efforts, the pivotal moments that lead to Morgana's ultimate defeat unfold with a cruel inevitability. As the last echoes of her spells fade into the night, a sense of resignation settles over her, mingled with a fierce defiance that refuses to be extinguished. The forest holds its breath, awaiting the outcome of this final, fateful clash that will shape the destiny of all who dwell within its enchanted embrace. In the aftermath of her defeat at the hands of the Bearded Skull, Morgana Ravenshade finds herself ensnared by dark enchantments that twist and warp her very being. The malevolent force that once sought to destroy her now exerts its influence over her, reshaping her magical abilities into a twisted reflection of their former glory. Where once she she wielded spells of light and healing, now she conjures shadows and curses with a chilling ease that sends shivers down the spines of all who behold her. The dark enchantments that bind Morgana are not just physical. They seep into the very core of her being, clouding her mind and soul with a malevolent influence that whispers of power and corruption. Her once bright eyes now gleam with a cold, calculating light, her laughter tinged with a hint of madness that chills the hearts of those who once called her friend. The psychological and emotional impact of Morgana's transformation is profound, a harrowing journey into the depths of her own darkness that threatens to consume her from within. The weight of her actions and the consequences of her defeat weigh heavily upon her, a burden that she struggles to bear as she is forced to confront the reality of her new existence as a pawn in the bearded skull's schemes. As Morgana becomes a mere shadow of her former self, a twisted sorceress under the control of dark forces beyond her comprehension, the implications of her transformation ripple through the mystical forest like a dark tide. The balance of power has shifted, and the consequences of her fall from grace will reverberate through the enchanted woods for generations to come. Morgana Ravenshade's journey through the mystical forest has been a tumultuous one, marked by moments of triumph and tragedy, power and defeat. From her unparalleled magical prowess to her ultimate transformation under the dark enchantments of the bearded skull, her story serves as a cautionary tale of the dangers that lurk in the shadows of unchecked power and the seductive allure of dark forces. Throughout her journey, Morgana faced a series of challenges that tested her strength and resolve to their limits. From navigating the treacherous terrain of the enchanted woods to confronting the malevolent force of the bearded skull, each trial she faced served to shape her destiny in ways she could never have imagined. The themes of power, control, and redemption wove a tapestry of light and shadow around her, guiding her path through the darkness that threatened to consume her. As viewers reflect on Morgana's story, they are encouraged to consider the consequences of unchecked magical abilities and the temptations that dark forces can hold. The allure of power can be intoxicating, but the price of succumbing to its darker impulses is a steep one. Through Morgana's journey, we are reminded of the importance of balance, of staying true to ourselves in the face of adversity, and of the redemptive power of hope in even the darkest of times. As the echoes of Morgana's tale fade into the mists of the mystical forest, we are left to ponder the lessons she has taught us and the legacy she leaves behind. May her story serve as a beacon of light in the shadows, a reminder of the dangers that lie in wait for those who dare to dance with dark enchantments and the power they promise.